welcome to my YouTube channel again. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It will be so nice if you stay here until the end of this video because I have no doubt that you will learn something useful for your learning English. So let's get started study English with Alexi. So I hope you like it and don't forget to subscribe. Let's get started. Again, Alexander is here. And today, as always, it is a time to practice our speaking skills. But I will do something different today because I decided to show you a little bit how I have been studying when I have no one to talk and practice my speaking skills together or to practice with. And I already told you here before and some videos ago that I usually I usually read out loud. I practice reading out loud because I believe so much that it is like when you are talking with someone, because you must to make your mouth form your words, form the tongue of the words, which means you must to make your mouth speaking words in English, not just in your head, not just things like that, not just a passive way to learn English. It is very, very important to be active, to be proactive when you are learning a new language, because there's no easy way to learn English. Okay, of course, there's a way that maybe you identify most, but there's another ways that probably not so much you'll be interested, but each way has an importance when you are learning a new language: writing, reading, listening, okay, and of course speaking. Okay, both of them are connecting are connected. Okay, so today I'd like to show a little bit how I have been practicing my English skills when I'm not speaking with other person in a real situation. Okay, so I'd like to show here. I will start by reading. I decided to show a little bit more what materials I have been reading. So I had a book. I have a book here, which which my which my last teacher gave to me, and I would like to show it with you a little bit. So let's do it. I will start with a reading, and after that you can make your considerations. You can comment below that video. What do you think? What you'd like to see here at my YouTube channel, and what tips, how many tips you would like to give me. So let's get started. I will start with a simple story, which means a story, no history, okay? History is something which already happened in our history, for instance, history of our countries, history of our cities. When we say something like, I would like to read a story, story is a little things like this, for instance, okay? A short thing, a short illustration, and I would like to start with this story. This story is called George and the Dragon. Okay, I will read first, and after that, I will make some considerations with you. So let's get started reading. George and the Dragon. The public house, or pub, as it is affectionately called, is a uniquely English institution. It is a place where one can go to have a drink, to play cards, darts, or chess, or simply to meet friends. All towns and villages, large or small, have pubs. Every pub has a name, and on outside there is always a signboard on which the name and a picture illustrate the name is printed. For instance, for a pub with the name The Crow and Anchor would have a crow and an anchor brightly painted on a sideboard. Typical names are the Pig and Whistle, the Golden Star, the Rose and Crow, and so on. One day, a traveling salesman arrived at a small village. The village's pub was called George and the Dragon, and outside was a signboard with a picture of St. George killing the dragon. Let me scroll down here. As the pub was closed, the salesman knocked at the door. which was opened by a very ugly woman, who told him that the pub was closed and then rudely slammed the door in his face. The salesman waited for a while and then knocked again, thinking perhaps that somebody more polite would open the door. This time, a window opened and the same ugly woman looked out. Go away! I told you that the pub was closed, she shouted. May I talk to the George? May I talk to George then? Asked the salesman. That's the end of the story. As you probably notice, this is a funny story, which involves a man who was traveling for a little city. Okay, and the story starts speaking with us, starts told us that, like in your city, for instance, every city have some pubs, which is how can I say? It's a place where you go just to drink something, just to meet some new friends, just to play some games. Okay. Normally they call here in Brazil they call a bar, but there's another names depend on your country, depending on native language. But we could see here, we could note here, which you prefer, that this story told us that there's always a pub in every city around the world. Maybe if your city have not a pub, probably beside your city probably will have. Okay, so the pub is it's something like where it's some place like when you are so tired or stressed, you may go to relax, to drink something, to doing not. Okay, and of course, there's a name. This place is called by some name like the Crowd and Anchor, for instance. But every pub and outside have a signboard which is wrote the name of this place. For instance, if the place which we are talking about is called the Golden Star, probably it will be or must to have a golden painted on that signboard. Okay, just to catch attention, just to catch attention to this place. Okay, to the name of this place. So after that, we talk. The story told you some situations which involved a guy who are a salesman and was traveling for a city which is not a big city. Okay, it's a small city, and there's of course there was a pub there, but unfortunately for him, that pub was closed when he arrived there, and to be as he stay or he is get curious about it, why it was closed at that place, he decided to knock the door of that place. So after that, the stories told us that the ugly woman opened the door and said to him that the place was closed. And okay, he received that information, say nothing, and he thought that woman was so how can I say, so rudely with him, and he decided to knock it again after a while, just to know, just to see if it's just to saw if it's someone more polite, maybe open the door and explain to him why it was closed and when maybe it will open, it will work. Okay, and of course, what happened? The same ugly woman opened the door and that time shouted at him, saying something like, "I told you, I already told you that the pub was closed." So to be funny, of course, the end of the story, and that story ends with a phrase, "May I talk to George then?" Because if you can see here at the first part, what is the store name? It is Jordan the Dragon. What is the name of that pub? That pub is Jordan the Dragon. So probably he he did intention that that woman, as the story told us that it was an ugly woman, it is similar or it is the same like a dragon. So may I talk to George then, which is just to be funny, okay? But as you can see, as you could see, there's so many new words here. When we start reading, for instance, the public house, we are talking about some place, not specifically a house, but some place, okay? We talked some things about, let me see in the words, darts, cheers, or simply meet friends. So we can play cards, we can play darts, we can play, or maybe do cheese, okay? Villages, we learned some words here like slamit, which means I probably wrote something here. Let me see what I wrote, what I wrote there. There's some notification I got here, but slammed, it's like close rapidly the door, close rapidly, brutally, which means unpolited way, okay? And his face, of course, the door doesn't hit his face, but probably it was an unpolite way, okay? That's it. So I would like to thank you for all of you which watch until the end of this video. And I hope that everyone who are watching like it, because it will be so interesting to me to know what you would like to see here at my YouTube channel. And I did here, I have been doing almost every day when I have no one to practice English with me. I normally have been practiced by reading out loud and try to memorize new words, new vocabulary, because that's it, the best way to learn faster English. Okay, so thank you so much. I hope see you soon. Don't forget to subscribe at my YouTube channel, and I hope see you soon in my next video. Bye bye.